Okay, so today we are going to do inverse proportion. Last day we had done direct proportion, where if one quantity increased, the other also increased. But now we are going to do inverse proportion. What is going to happen over there is that in this case, if there are two quantities, what is going to happen is that one of them decreases, then the other one will be increasing. Okay, one quantity increases, the other decreases, or if one of them is decreasing, the other one is increasing. So let us see. For example, if I have some work to be done, okay, then the work is fixed, number of workers and the time taken to finish the work. Obviously that is going to be inversely proportional, isn't it? If I have more workers, I can finish the work in less time. So number of workers, and if I have less workers, I'll take more time. So that is the meaning of number of works, time taken to finish. Another example could be speed of a vehicle and the time taken to reach the destination. Okay, so if you're going from your home to your school, if the speed of your vehicle is more, obviously you'll take less time, and if the speed is less, you'll take more time. So speed and time are again inversely proportional. Okay, so let us see now what is going to happen in these cases. Exercise 9.2. Now, okay, let us see what is there. Where is exercise 9.2? Okay, here is exercise 9.2. Okay, the question says, which of the following are in inverse variation? Number of students in a hostel and consumption of food. So if there are more, is it direct or inversely proportional? It is direct proportion. If there are more students, this is obviously there will be more food consumed. Okay, so this is direct proportion. Time taken by train to cover a fixed distance and the speed of the train. So if the distance is fixed, you must be knowing, isn't it? Time and speed will be inversely proportional. The distance is the same, speed more, time less. Time more, speed less. Area of the land and its cost. This is directly proportional. If I have more area, cost will be more. The number of people working and the time to complete the work. Obviously this is inversely proportional, isn't it? Because if the amount of work is fixed, if I have more people, time taken is going to be less. Quantity of rice and its cost. This is directly proportional. More is the quantity of rice, more will be the cost. Now, let us move on to question number 2 and see what it says. It has two tables over here. Question number 2. Okay, first let us see this table. Okay, two quantities are varying like this. One is 90, the other is 10, 60, 15, 45, 20, like this. Now, remember in the direct proportion, what we had x by y is equal to constant. In case of inversely proportional, what is going to happen is that x into y will be constant. Okay, so that is the difference between direct proportion and inverse proportion. Here x into y will be a constant. So let us check whether it is in direct inverse proportion or not. Is x into y a constant here? All of them. 90 into 10 is 900. 60 into 15 is also 900. 45 into 20, 900. 30 into 30, 900. 20 into 45. All of them are 900. So this quantity is inversely proportional. Now let us move on to the second table given over here. This says same thing. 75 into 10, 750. 45 into 30, 1350. All different. 30 into 25, 750. 20 into 35, 700. So these x into y, they are not the same. So this quantity is not inversely proportional. Okay. Let us do at least one question in this video. Okay. This question says, where is it? Something like this. Okay, it says a packet of sweets was distributed among 20 children and each of them received 4 sweets. How many sweets will each child get if the number of children is reduced by 4? So the quantity of sweet is fixed. Okay, so number of children and the number of sweets each child gets. Obviously if you have more children, each will get less number of sweets, isn't it? So if I have 100 chocolates with me, okay, so that will depend whether you are 20 in your class or whether in your 25 in your class. Obviously if you are less number of students in the class, each person will get more chocolates. Okay, so less is the number of students, thus the more the number of chocolates they are going to get, because the number of sweets is fixed. So here we are going to just make our table like this. X is the number of children and Y is the number of sweets. So if there are 20 children, then each person is getting 4 sweets. Okay, basically Y is the number of sweets each child gets. Okay, each child gets. So if there are 20 children, they are getting, each one is getting 4 sweets. Okay, if the number of children is reduced by 4, that means from 20, if the number of children are becoming 16, then how many sweets they are going to get? So here we can say that 20 into 4, remember X into Y should be constant. So 20 into 4 should be equal to 16 into Y. For inversely proportional quantities, X into Y should be constant. So 20 into 4 should be equal to 16 into Y. So here it is. So now we have Y is equal to 20 into 4 divided by 16. Okay, this is easily coming out to be equal to 5. So your final answer is that if the number of children, if the number of children is reduced by 4, each child gets 5 sweets. Okay, this is how it is to be.